The Elks and the Riders next door at Mosaic Stadium. A win today for the Riders, and they're alone atop the West. The Elks very desperate for a win, and they go back to a guy who showed some flashes last year and last week.
Well, last year the Elks coaching staff waited till the Elks were 0-9 before they gave first-round Canadian draft pick Tre Ford a chance to play. In his second start, he led Edmonton to their first win. He also led them to their last win. That was mid-August of last year. Some fans have said this is... What does it take? Why is it taking so long? Ford gets his first start here tonight of the 24 campaign. And Shea Patterson has to guard against trying to beat Tre Ford. When he watches him from the sideline, he is progressing nicely. He is 2-2 since taking over for Trevor Harris. He hasn't thrown an interception in 2 games.
Corey Mace, all you need to know, he's 3-0 at home this season. And Jarius Jackson was a quarterback coach with the Riders back in 2016-17. With the organization, they have lost 11 in a row, including the first meeting of the season in week 1 between those two clubs. Trevor Harris leading a fourth quarter comeback in that game. The Riders scoring 21 in the fourth quarter to open up their season with a victory. They now sit at 5-2. The Edmonton Elks 0-7. They started last year 0-9, trying not to do the same again this year. BD will get us underway at Mosaic. Thank you very much for joining us here in Regina. Mario Alford, a little bobble to get started. Takes it at the 10, and now he's got some room. Here he goes. Look out, Mario Alford. The race is on to the 30, and this guy is out of here. Bye-bye, Super Mario. A house call to get us started, and the Riders open it with a bang.
He has been overdue. Into this game, his longest was a 30-yarder all season. We know what he's capable of. He just outruns the angles and is gone after bobbling the opening kickoff. He takes it to the house, and I think this crowd is in it.
What a way to get your crowd going. Opening kickoff return for one of the best in the league. Lother out for one more, and he knocks it through 101 yards for Mario Alford to open up this ball game.
Well, when you drop it like this and mishandle the football, the cover team relaxes, and maybe one of those Edmonton cover guys got out of their lane, but when he hit that sideline, no one was catching Mario Alford. Goodbye.
As soon as he got to that edge,
There.
see you later.
That's a DB chasing him in Cordell Jackson, and he couldn't catch him.
Maybe Edmonton should have taken the football.
They won the toss.
They won the toss.
And deferred.
The Riders took the ball and opened with a 101-yard kickoff return from Mario Alford.
He's had 11. That's why I say he was overdue for a biggie.
Wow, had a couple of
What a start.
decent returns so far this year, but nothing like that. This will be taken at the 20 by Gavin Cobb, and Cobb will run it back out just beyond the 30. And we'll get a look at Tre Ford, who takes the field 35 seconds into this game, trailing by 7.
There's his numbers throughout his career, just under 68%, 4-6. The 4 wins last year after starting, as the panel mentioned off the top. Elks starting 0-9. Taylor Cornelius was their starter. They had drafted Tre Ford out of Waterloo in the first round, 8th pick overall. He was on the bench until that 10th game, won in game 11.
They'll start it on the ground to Javon Leak, and Javon Leak's got a first down in the game for Kevin Brown. Let's take a look at this Elks starting offense.
Well, all the guys up front are going to have to play differently. It's a different style of quarterback than McLeod Bethel-Thompson. As everybody knows, they're going to have to maintain blocks longer, try to give some escape lanes. And the receiving core, man, they know keep running no matter what, because Trey Ford can keep a play alive much longer than most quarterbacks. So don't give up on your route. Keep looking and finding that soft spot.
Early first down for the visitors. Ford back to Leak again. Found a little bit of space and takes it outside the 50 against this stingy Sask defense.
Well, Micah Johnson, the veteran of 11 seasons, is playing game 150 and has 4 quarterback sacks, putting together a great 24 campaign. The Rider defense will probably have to spy Trey Ford in this game tonight. I suspect it will be C.J. Avery. And they have one change in the secondary. Deontay Williams out. Amari Henderson will play the corner.
Riders defense allows less than 48 yards per game on the ground. If that continues, it'd be the best in the history of the league. Ford dumps it out into the flat to Leak again, and he's got another first down for Edmonton.
In 20 plays last week, under 10 minutes of football, Trey Ford went 10 of 15, 121, and 3 touchdown drives. One more touchdown throw for Trey Ford in one game, and he would join elite company. We'll get to that later. But came on and put together 3 scoring drives after the offense had a net -5 in the third quarter.
Fresh set here. Ford with some pressure coming, gets it away over the middle. Myala's got it, and he takes it down to the Rider 45.
Take a look at coming off the bench. Warren Moon threw 4 touchdowns coming off the bench. Jason Moss also 4 back in 01. And one more for Trey Ford, and he joined that group, but he's in a solid second place behind him. Yeah.
Decent company.
Very.
2nd and 1. And Dakota Prukop into the game, looking to pick up this first down. Prukop needs a yard, pushes ahead, and looks like he did get there with that second effort. That should be a first down for Edmonton.
Prukop has been very good in short yardage. He's 4 of 4 in plays like this on third down. Make it 5 of 5. No misses so far. This gives your head coach a little more confidence. Jarius Jackson 0-2 as the interim head coach, taking over for Chris Jones.
His team looking to respond after giving up that return touchdown to Alford on the opening kickoff of the ball game. Moving the ball well here. 3 options out to the left for Ford, 2 to the right, including Gino Lewis. Gets it away and misses his intended target. That was Gittens Jr., and it falls incomplete.
A little off the mark. Gittens Jr. was wide open, and a little riding to side type play where they fake the handoff inside to Javon Leak. The option to give there, keep it and run outside for Ford, or throw it. Just miss the throw.
2nd and 10, a rowdy crowd here in Mosaic, trying to get behind their defense. Ford, pressure in his face, escapes out to the right on the run. He's going to keep it. He's got a first down, and he eventually steps out of bounds inside the 25, and that is where he can absolutely kill you.
Well, this is the angles, and you know that Corey Mace has talked to his defense about the angles. And if you get up and you go too low, he's going to go around. If you get too high, he's going to cut inside. Watch Malik Carney off the edge to the left. He's going to get up high. It goes too tight inside, and outside goes Trey Ford. He's going to stay high so that if he does escape, he escapes in the middle where his friends are.
Mentioned Riders defense allowing about 48 yards per game on the ground. Edmonton has 43 on the ground here on their first drive. They'll stay there again. And that's Rankin who takes it up the middle, down inside the 20.
And then once he gets outside of that contain, the DBs are in a bind, because now Trey Ford can run or he can throw on the run, and you don't know whether to stay with your receiver or come out of that and your coverage and try to come up and help on the tackle. You're wrong either way, usually.
At about 3,000 rushing yards at Waterloo in just 33 games to Trey Ford. 2nd and 8. Looks to his left, throws that way, and that's behind the intended target. It was Dylan Mitchell, and that'll bring up a 3rd down, and Boris Beatty will be called into work.
Together a decent drive and get down into field goal range, and that ball again just a little off target. That's 2 throws that didn't look like he set his feet in the pocket. I'm sure our Hall of Fame quarterback back in the studio is watching that and see how his... I talked to Gino Lewis a couple weeks ago. He said his throwing from the pocket has improved tenfold throughout the practices over the last month.
Beatty knocks it up and puts it home as the visitors get on the board, trailing the Riders 7-3 because of this. Super Mario Alford would not be caught all the way home for the major.
Got a whole game.
Oh.
Got a whole game here.
Give it to me.
Second kickoff return.
Shea Patterson. First we've seen of him. He's got a 7-3 lead. Gets that one away quickly. And that's wrapped up about 3 yards shy of a 1st down.
If you look at the starting offensive line, Brandon Council will play in there for Jamarcus Hardrick originally, then Jacob Brammer. He replaced Hardrick, and now it'll be Council because Brammer out. Second start for Frankie Hickson, with A.J. Ouellette still out of the lineup due to injury in the first 100-yard game last week. Most of those yards in the first half.
Nice way for him to get an opportunity and make the most of it. They'll need 2 more here. Hickson stands in to the right of his quarterback. Patterson's going to keep it, and he's got a man in Sean Bain. Bain will take it down inside the 45, and now the 40 as they turn a 2nd and short into a big gainer for Bain.
Well, they've got 2 guys going across the formation. One is Keyshawn Johnson and one is Bain. He's the trailer. When they go cross, and both of them, one is there to get into the flat, a little bit deeper, about 5-6 yards down the field, and then Bain right across the line of scrimmage. Patterson sees Bain first. You can hear the coaches down in the sideline in Saskatchewan say, give it to him, give it to him.
And he did. Went for 22. This time they'll give it to Hickson. And Hickson works against this Edmonton defense.
And that front 4, Elliott Brown is quietly putting together a good 24 campaign. 3 sacks on the season for him. He's doing it very quietly. Nick Anderson had a big week last week. 9 defensive tackles, 3 tackles for losses. Also adds a quarterback sack to that total. And Devordrick Bynum will play on the corner for Marcus Lewis. He's out due to injury.
Second and 4, high snap. Patterson hauls it in, no problem. Down the field. Oh, almost, but not quite. Joe got his hands on it, but couldn't complete the catch.
Well, I like the throw from Patterson because he wanted to make sure that the DB covering here couldn't get involved in this play. He wants to throw it right to the sideline, and if they're going to make this catch, and Joe's got to go and try and track it down. Keep it away from the DB. Throw it outside. I mentioned Patterson hasn't thrown an interception in 2 games, more than 2 games, but Joe just lost the handle as he was going down.
Brett Lawther to restore the 7-point lead, and that one is wide right. Cobb will take a knee in the end zone. Trey Ford getting an opportunity here as the starting quarterback of the Elks, a team, a franchise, desperate.
the starting quarterback the last time the Elks won a game. That was right here at Mosaic Stadium, September 15th. Ford threw for 173, rushed for 70 yards. That was the last time, well over 300 days ago, that the Edmonton Elks tasted victory.
That was in August of 23. We're now in August of 24. They've not had a victory since. Ford down the field looking for Gino Lewis, and he's got him. Lewis pulls it in just inside the 40, working against Marcus Sayles. And a big strike from Ford, who is in some pain getting up. Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's slow to get up. What a throw. He steps into it. And at the other end, Gino Lewis just blocks out the defender to go and get it like he's ripping down a rebound. Let's see what happened to Trey Ford first. He steps in. Oh, he got hit.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, you got to.
That's at least 3 plays.
Yeah, that's uncomfortable. Let's put it that way. You see the block out. Marcus Sayles just can't get around the big, thick body of Gino Lewis. Ford's going to have to take a second.
McLeod Bethel Thompson looking to keep this drive moving in the right direction. Started on the ground. Leak up the middle for maybe a couple. Well, that's it. Ford's going to come right back into the ball game here.
Well, he can because he went out on his own. Yeah. The training staff came out. He would have to wait 3 plays.
McLeod Bethel Thompson will watch on as Trey Ford trots back out there in a 2nd and 8 situation on the Rider 33. He'll have 4 options to his wide side left. Gino Lewis at the bottom of your screen. Ford gets it away. Mitchell reaches out for it. That'll be a short gain, though, and 3rd and long will likely lead to another Boris Beatty field goal attempt. Ford has started the game 4 of 6 for 51 yards through the air. A couple of drives that stalled in this area. This will be a 38-yard attempt for Boris Beatty. 72.2% coming in to week 9. Dave Julian puts that ball down. Beatty knocks it up, and he knocks it through. And we have a 2-point ball game here in the first quarter at Mosaic. Shea Patterson about to get the ball back for his Saskatchewan Roughriders, doing a good job in place of the veteran Trevor Harris. And for the Riders, it was a great start with Trevor Harris. They go to Shea Patterson with Trevor getting hurt, and a little bit better at home than on the road, at least in that win-loss category.
Yeah, I had a good conversation with him this week and talked about how he's learning sort of more from the losses, which is normal, and hasn't given up a sack in the last 2 games.
Patterson gets this one away, batted down neatly. That's a well-played ball by Kai Gray.
Sometimes the defense wins, and Kai Gray, a nice play on the ball there. He's got a couple interceptions, one against Saskatchewan in week 1 when these 2 teams played. But, you know, when you're not giving up sacks, you're not throwing interceptions, and that's what Shea Patterson has been doing over the last couple of weeks. 1 win against Winnipeg, 1 loss against Montreal. That Montreal defense makes a lot of offenses second guess.
Just 4 interceptions thrown by the Riders quarterbacks all season. Patterson feeling the pressure here. He can move too. He's on the run. Dumps it off behind Keyshawn Johnson. And that'll be a 2-and-out for the Riders offense.
That surprised Keyshawn Johnson with Patterson so far to the sideline and so far outside. He just didn't think he was going to get the ball back in there.
Gavin Cobb and Dylan Mitchell go back to return this punt. Javon Leake into the role of running back with Kevin Brown out. So we'll take him out of the return game and go with Cobb and Mitchell. Borshak lets it fly from the 30 in the direction of Cobb. Has to backpedal a bit. That bounces off of his helmet right there for the taking. Still loose. Bouncing around. Somebody hop on it. And now a dog pile just outside the Edmonton 10. Oh. The Elks end up hanging on after a mad scramble here.
Design and install my own plays all the way down to even just my pregame routine. Now the Riders defense, every member I talked to this week said this is going to pose a major challenge. He is so dynamic out there in suits. You talked to him about being patient, and he said that comes from my dad, my coaches growing up. They've helped me while I waited for the start again.
Big opportunity, no doubt. They'll hand it off. That's Rankin pushing ahead. Recently signed out of Kent State.
Got a chance to talk to his coach early in the season and how he was, handling and learning from McLeod Bethel Thompson. And, that is definitely happened throughout the year. And talking to Trey, Britt and I had a great chance to have that conversation with him with regards to preparation and how he visualizes now every play, walks around, and without anybody else, other teammates on the field, he visualizes each play and how he would check it down, just like he's doing right now. He never did that before. McLeod Bethel Thompson showed him the way.
2nd and 4. Ford way down the field, drops it in there on the far side, and now it's off to the races the other way. Tevin Jones, the former Rider, with a major strike, his first as a member of the Elks. And Edmonton goes on top. What a story for Tevin Jones. First start, and it comes against his former club, and he goes for 93.
When you're visualizing as a player in any position, but certainly at the quarterback position, when you're visualizing, this is how you visualize the play unfolding. You drop back, you have good protection. You step up, you see your starting wide receiver out there in behind coverage, and you drop it right in his hands. You can't throw that football any better. Tevin Jones takes it to the house.
Morris Beatty for one more. And the Elks lead the Riders 13-8. 90 yards in the first quarter for Ford.
Yeah, guy who's, he's got that, he's got that game in the calendar. Hold it there, guys. Right at the bottom of your screen is Tevin Jones, who's going to run that double move, basically, a wheel route down the sideline. He gets in behind Marcus Fields. Good protection up front. Nice pocket. And without setting the feet, dropped it right in the bucket and then went to celebrate.
Well, Jones no longer with the Riders. Signed with Edmonton, was basically given a role on special teams. This is his first start because of the injury to Arkel Smith, who could not play this week. Returns to a place where he had 3 touchdowns and 882 yards last year as a member of the Riders, and gets a house call early.
65 catches for the Riders last year, and he's got a big body, but he can run, as we just saw. His longest was Saskatchewan, 69 yards.
They'll kick it away from Alford. Thomas Bertrand Houdon on the return, and he's taken down just outside the Rider 35.
There's the growth from the pocket that Brett was talking about, that Eugene Lewis has talked about throughout the last couple of weeks about Trey Ford and what he's done in practice, saying that he is becoming every day a better passer from the pocket. We all know about his athleticism, but that passing from the pocket, and how about that? Stepped up, climbed into the pocket, and threw a strike.
Shea Patterson will hand it off. Hickson's got nowhere to go. It's Elliott Brown with the tackle.
That's what I mean about Elliott Brown. He's quietly having a very good season. You know, just because they're 0-7 doesn't mean everybody stinks.
But he's got an interesting build, too, because he's only like 225 pounds.
Yeah.
Like a lot of those other defensive linemen are packing 260, 270.
Great mobility. He can redirect, can take away a run lane, and then track down a quarterback from behind.
Just 1 yard on that first down carry. Patterson needs 9 more. He's in trouble, and he's taken down as the Edmonton defense gets there.
Boy, there was 3 different attack lanes, off the edge, and down the middle, and Shea Patterson had no escape lane.
Oakman, wow, monster right up the middle.
A whole bunch of old linemen picking themselves up there.
3rd and 18. They'll be forced to kick it away. Korshak hangs one up there. This will be taken by Leak, who is out there this time. And Leak just outside the 30 on the far side of the field. And that'll do it for the opening 15 minutes. Some fireworks on both sides of this ball game. Mario Alford returns the opening kick for a touchdown. Trey Ford settles in with a deep shot to Tevin Jones. Elks lead 8, and first impressions of Trey Ford here. What do you think?
Well, if you look at the last 8 minutes of last game and then the first quarter of this game, Trey Ford has orchestrated 6 drives, 4 touchdowns, 2 field goals in this one here tonight. So in every drive that he's played this season, he's put a touchdown on the board in the last game and a half.
Got to be happy with that if you're Jarius Jackson.
Well, and it just, and I know there's a whole bunch of fans in Edmonton right now going, why did it take so long? But that's all in the past.
Yeah, you can't do anything about that,
yeah,
right?
Can't change any of that.
Long way to go in this one, too, against a really good Riders club so far this season. Ford on the run, heaves another one deep down the field. That time, no. Herjimayala could not track it, and it flies over his head.
He's all by himself. Herjimayala, he's got that whole short side of the field to himself, and let's see the route. Nice little stop and go, double move. That's the other thing that this receiving corps can do a lot more of, because they know they can get Trey Ford outside and get him some more time. Double moves take a little time to execute. You can do more of them when your quarterback is out of contain and open to either throw or run.
144 yards through the air for Ford. 23 more on the ground in the first quarter. 2nd and 10 is what he faces here. Just a 3-man rush. Ford with time goes over the middle. Mitchell cuts it back. Good effort. And Dylan Mitchell earns that first down, doesn't he?
Well, 2 things here. First of all, from the pocket again, Ford recognizes the blitz and knows he has time, so he can be patient to let Dylan Mitchell come all the way across the formation. So he knows he's got 3-man pressure. Look at his patience. Stays in there. He knows he's got it blocked up. And he waits, because Dylan Mitchell came from the numbers, had to go all the way across the field, and then did a nice job to get to the marker.
Another first down for Edmonton, up to their own 44. Oh, heavy collision there. Man, just shy of the 40. That was Javon Leak running into C.J. Avery.
It was a good football play there. And because there was no gain, you give the slight edge to Avery with a nice fill. Stepping up and bringing it.
C.J. Avery, C.J. Revis, Jameer Thurman. physical linebacking group. And they've had great starts to the season, all three of them. 2nd and 10 here. Ford in trouble, trying to escape. Big swoop around. Now he's off to the races on the near side. Trey Ford goes a long way to pick up about 5 yards on that one. It will bring up 3rd down. I got tired just watching that up here in the booth.
Well, just think about this defensive lineman and how tired they're going to be. I mean, they had pretty good angles initially, and then he just gave up about 15, 20 yards because he knew he could get around on that blind turn. And man, it puts you in a bind.
Baldonado eventually got back to track him down. Third and 5. Julian's first kick of the day. Bounces at the 15. And grabbed by a Joe on the near sideline. A fun day in Regina. Unless you don't. Crowd here at Mosaic. Beautiful Saturday late afternoon. Watching their Riders, hoping they can improve to 6-2. Patterson here. Hands it off. Bain tackled by Purifoy. Nowhere to go for number 15.
Trying to attack the perimeter of the defense, but Purifoy had come down low from his safety spot. He was basically playing like an extra linebacker, so completely unblocked. He doesn't bite. Fights off that little push from Joe and steps up, makes tackle.
A loss of 2. His first tackle for a loss so far this season. Empty backfield this time for Patterson. Goes over the middle. Found his running back Hickson, who broke one tackle, pushes ahead and takes it out just beyond the 25. It'll be about 3 more yards is what they need, and Korsak will have to come out and kick this away.
Now, this is a guy that, as we mentioned off the top, that I think Frankie Hickson getting more involved in different ways. That there he is, just sitting down in that zone, but his running game was put the Saskatchewan Roughriders against Montreal's defense in the lead in the first half, and then disappeared in the second, and they went away from it.
3rd consecutive 2 and out for the Riders. Dylan Mitchell takes this punt and eventually ran out of room. Taken down just shy of the 40. Frankie Hickson, Riders offense, looking to get in gear. A lot of great fans in attendance here today. A few more watching at home.
I want to say a special hello to Colonel Andy Anderson and Major Clint Utley from the Canadian Armed Forces deployed in Jordan in Task Force Middle East. Andy Anderson, a big Rider fan. Colonel Anderson and Major Utley, 16 years as a U Sports football coach. And we'll return to that when he returns from action. Thank you for your service, gentlemen, and stay safe.
Ford drops it out to Rankin.
Oh,
man. CJ Rivas. They're going to make you pay, aren't they?
Feels a little bit like a playoff game with the physicality. We saw that big hit from Avery coming up on Javon Leake, and by the way, that's Javon Leake's position at tailback that Rankin has stepped in. Kevin Brown's not dressed tonight. Rankin
was around the Elks earlier, was released and then brought back with the injury to Kevin Brown. 2nd and 6 here. Ford with pressure in his face, gets it away, and what a catch. Gittens Jr. hauls that one in, stretched out a bit to get the job done.
Great catch, great recognition. Trey Ford sees full blitz. He knows he can't block it all, so he's got to get rid of it, and his hot route is Gittens Jr. Textbook.
7 different players have caught a pass from Trey Ford here early in the second quarter, spreading it around a bit. First down that time. Rankin again up the middle, bullying his way ahead for about 8 yards on that first down carry. Puts him in a nice spot on second down.
So we've seen Corey Mace's defense go to 3-man pressure, some second downs. We've seen Corey Mace run 4-man or 5-man pressure with stunts. We just saw full blitz, so he's really giving Trey Ford a whole bunch of different looks. See if he maybe can confuse him into throwing it to the wrong color.
Definitely when you hide your head behind a board, right? They never know what's happening. 2nd and 2 here for Ford. Rankin again. And that forward progress as he fell ahead will be enough for an Edmonton first down.
Now you're right. Justin Rankin was in training camp with the Elks and was released in May. But, you know, if you do get released as a young player coming up, stay in shape, stay ready. You never know. Getting the chance to play Javon Leake in the rotation.
From the Rider 49. Leak this time. Javon Leake around Milligan and down the sideline. He'll take it just outside the Rider 30 as he finds some room on the far side of the field.
As soon as Trey Ford gets in that run pass option, the RPO, and that's what this look gives you, is the RPO where he turns. Stop it there. Now what do you do as a defender? Do you take Ford? Do you take Javon Leake? Or are you covering down your receivers in the back end? That's the difficulty when you've got an athlete playing quarterback like Ford. A lot of teams run it, but if their quarterback is not real fast to the edge, it takes away one of the options.
Fresh set of downs from the 31. Back into the hands of Leake again. Makes a couple of guys miss. Secures the ball and takes it down to the 15.
So what do you do if you're the SAS defense? Stick with it. Stay in your lanes. And most importantly, from the D-line or linebackers, if you're rushing, stay together on the rush. If two guys or one guy gets too high and the other guy is slow and still at the line of scrimmage, that's where the escape lane is created. So go as a unit and collapse the pocket rather than go one-on-one and try and sort of beat your man and get up there on your own.
That was Milligan. He got around again. That's not easy to do. Nice move from Leake. 1st and 10 here now. Ford just dumps it off to Rankin. Made the first man miss, taken down at the 15. Net yards so far in this ball game, 271 Edmonton, 36 for the Riders. Pretty lopsided affair midway through the 2nd quarter. Still just a 5-point game.
Big return if you're just joining us from Mario Alford on the opening kickoff for Saskatchewan. Offensively, they really haven't generated much since.
2nd and 8 for Ford. Big play here for the Saskatchewan D. Ford from the pocket. Now dumps it off to his running back. Rankin trying to push ahead. And he's going to be stopped about a yard shy of a first down.
Decision time, and Jarius Jackson's running down to the, he's saying field goal.
They're going to go field goal. Like 3rd and somewhere between 1 and 2.
Oh, I like it. Anytime you're in plus territory, you take points. Take the points.
Go up by 8.
This early in the game. Now it's been an adventure. This is a chip shot field goal for Morris Beatty, but it's been a bit of an adventure for him over the last couple of weeks.
A little bit of a roller coaster up and down. Uh-oh.
Well, if they're offside, if the Riders are offside, it's a new set.
Looks like they were. Justin McInnes, our referee today.
Oh, it was.
Oh, boy. That's CJ Rivas?
Yeah, it was.
Offside, Saskatchewan, defensive line. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
I said defensive line because they all kind of moved forward when CJ Rivas got into the neutral zone.
Looks like you're going to get off the field, hold them to a field goal, and now the ball sits at the Rider 4. Big penalty.
C.J. Reeves is having a big year. I expect him to make a big play, maybe right here. They go in his zone. It's not the mistake. It's what you do the very next down that matters.
10th play of the drive for the Elks. Javon Leake in the game at running back, in behind Trey Ford. They'll give it to him. Leake right up the middle, untouched, and he's in. Touchdown, Edmonton. Javon Leake, his first as a member of the Elks.
4-point penalty. Sometimes it's not the amount of penalties or the amount of yards that you take in penalties. It's the timing of the penalties. And on 3rd and a couple, C.J. Reeves jumps, turns into a major.
That's the first rushing touchdown Edmonton has had this year that was not scored by Dakota Prukop. Boris beating.
Holy, deep into the stats, Batman.
Well, what can I say?
Very nice.
I've got nothing else to do with my life. Javon Leake. More opportunity today with Kevin Brown banged up. And he takes advantage of it. The form of a touchdown. Well,
it looks like a different team, doesn't it?
I mean, statistically alone here in the first half, they've rushed for almost 100 yards against the best rush defense in the league. Coming into this game, Edmonton was the least effective running offense in the league. Udonis take this over top of his head, brings it back out, and is upended just outside the 15. Let's send it down to Britt Dort for a little bit of information on a couple injured guys having an impact in the community. Britt?
Yeah, while the team was on the road in Montreal, the injured A.J. Ouellette and a couple other riders were running a mini football camp at the annual University of Regina Women's Hockey Camp, getting some young girls interested in the sport. My nieces actually took part in it and, quote, said they were excited to meet the rider with the long blonde hair. But their friend, who's from Manitoba, who participated, when asked if she wanted any photos or autographs from the riders, she said, nope, I was raised a Bombers fan. So good to see some young fans interested in the league, guys.
There's one thing I love, it's a good rivalry between kids.
That's great. A.J. Ouellette, Keon Schaefer-Baker. A couple of the guys that were injured, we'll talk about this in the second half. A couple other things they got involved with before the game.
Yeah,
tonight.
more on that.
Yeah, that'll be fun. A little teaser.
Coming up.
It'll be fun in the 3rd quarter.
This is Josiah Shackle, who's down for Edmonton.
Part of that hit and a deep kick that I think if Frankie Hickson involved again. I think when you're up against this Edmonton defense that's young and, you know, has given up some rush yards. Come in giving up almost 100 yards a game along the ground, and Frankie Hickson had that success in the first half against Montreal. It just makes sense to sort of get him established, or at least try to, against this Edmonton D, and then get Shea Patterson into 2nd and manageable or 2nd and short.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to run many plays in the first half. Like, Patterson's thrown 6 passes, Hickson's got two carries, and Sean Bain has 1. So haven't had the ball much. Edmonton's offense has been on the field a lot. Look at that first down. It's 13-1 in favor of the visitors. Patterson will try to ignite things here. Fakes the handoff. Looks down the field. Near side defender falls. And it's hauled in neatly there by Emelis.
Yeah, that's a nice route, first of all, from Sam Emelis, who become #1 target for Shea Patterson. See, he stems up into the middle off the line of scrimmage. Instead of running straight at the DB, he stems inside a little bit, gets him thinking of an inside route, and then breaks to the sideline.
First target of the day for Emelis. Leads this team in targets, catches, and receiving yards. This time they'll hand it off to Hickson. Trying to stretch him out a little bit. And a pretty decent pickup on first down for Frankie Hickson.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's a great run right there. That's a great first down play. It allows your offensive line to lean on that front hand, get down the field, make a block, go hit somebody. Joe comes out. He gets the lead block on Nick Anderson. And nice success on first down. Mark Mueller, the offensive coordinator. I don't think he was listening, but he went right to Hickson.
Get him going. I mean, that's just common sense, really, with what he did last week for you. 2nd and 3. Patterson dumps it out, turned upfield. Keyshawn Johnson's got a first down for the Riders.
And getting a chance to play, only targeted 14 times, but a couple injuries. We showed you Schaefer Baker and not dressing. Keyshawn Johnson gets a chance to play out of Fresno State. A couple of big-time receivers played at Fresno State. Devontae Adams, I believe he's still with the Raiders. Over 10,000 yards receiving. Keyshawn Johnson actually has more receiving yards at Fresno State than anyone.
1st and 10. Patterson look down the field. Now he's pressured. High steps away. Buys himself a little bit of time, and now he's going to keep it for a slide just outside the 50. Using his legs to get something out of nothing as we head inside. 3 minutes. At halftime, I'm going to sneak over there. Haven't told you, Stu.
Who are these Elks? We've seen a couple of straight fire plays in the first half. Speaking of which, that segment will be back at the half as we highlight some of the top plays from the world of football. Let's get you back now to Regina.
Lots to discuss coming out of the first half of this football game for the panel. Whistles here. Elliott Brown says he never crossed the line.
And he got back.
Yeah.
Well, they hadn't blown in the play yet.
Overzealous. Now we're good to go. Clock ticking. Patterson watching on. Elks showing some pressure. Now they will bring 5. Patterson backpedaling. Gets it away. First down. Just beyond midfield as he goes back to Emelis, who has a few words for Luchez Purifoy.
Little show blitz from the Edmonton defense, and Shea Patterson does a nice job. He's got it protected, so he knows he's got time, and Emelis is going to come into the middle. He's got it blocked up. Watch Emelis just that little jab step back into the middle.
Patterson works from the Edmonton 52, trailing by 12. Late in the first half. Man, wide open, far side, missed him. Joe, all by himself out there. That would have been a touchdown for sure.
Oh, yeah. I mean, wide open press coverage. Joe's got a chance here, and watch just this little juke inside, and he's gone. Stop it there. I mean, there's nobody. Looked like Shea Patterson just rushed it a little bit. Didn't put enough air under it to let Joe just kind of go and gather that one up.
That's a big miss. Time of the game, how wide open it was. He's 6 of 10 for 67 so far. Just 3 men this time coming his way. Steps up, has a lot of room over the middle, and Joe leans back to haul that one in. First down, Riders.
Yeah, Shea Patterson can do this as well. I mean, in a little bit of a different way than Trey Ford, but he can get out and run. He's got great speed, and he puts the same bind on the DBs and linebackers. You see right there, Niles Morgan had to come up and try and go up to tackle him, and that's where he threw it right in behind him.
Saskatchewan, best we've seen from their offense so far in this game. Late here in the half.
Can never tell if Joe is just really happy after a catch or just breathing hard.
I think it's all of it. I think he's happy and he is breathing hard. Okay, the officials coming together here for a discussion. Believe involves Oakman. There's the flag. He'll throw something here. Oakman watching on.
Say something, or
well, told he might have grabbed the ball at the line of scrimmage, but Justin McInnes will hopefully have an answer for us here right away.
There he is there.
We have a 10-yard misconduct penalty against Edmonton, number 91. First down.
Oh. Oakman went and kicked the ball after they placed it.
Yeah, not going to be allowed to do that.
No. Really delay a game.
Moves the ball up to the Edmonton 21.
Timer, please reset the clock to 1 minute, 58 seconds.
Quick little clock reset. Lots of time remaining here in the half. Riders looking to cut into this 12-point deficit. Patterson down the field for Bain, hauls it in. Touchdown Riders, Patterson. Bain, end zone.
Great patience by Shea Patterson on this one to negotiate the pocket and wait for his receiver to clear. A little bit of a play action fake that gives him some time. Rolls a half roll to his right. Did he get his foot in bounds? Was he cross the plane? The ball has to cross the plane of the goal line. They are reviewing that because it's a scoring play. It's an automatic review. Corey Mace doesn't have to do that. So foot there, did the ball cross the plane? It's ruled a touchdown, so they need enough evidence there to overturn that call. But
here's a look. This will be a good one. Looked like his toe was out right on the white right there.
Yeah, and was the...
Not sure if that ball's across the line. It'd be placed on the one regardless, but heck of a catch by Bain, though. You must want to see that rewarded as a touchdown.
I'm not sure the ball crossed the plane. They might have to go back and go to the 1 yard line here.
Just on the back half of his body, right?
Yeah.
So
the ball has to cross the plane.
No!
After review, the ruling on the field is overturned. The ball will be placed at the 1 yard line. First down, Saskatchewan.
I mean, that's a sweet play either way. I mean, get it down to the 1 yard line, and Corey Mace's short yardage group has been 100% this year. Nice catch by Bain, but I even liked better at the other end where Shea Patterson just half rolled, waited for Bain to get in between the linebackers and the deep coverage from the DBs and made a real nice catch.
Would have been Bain's 4th touchdown of the season. Patterson steps up, 1st and goal from the 1, looking to punch it in himself, and he does. Touchdown Riders. That one's gonna count. Patterson, 4th rushing touchdown of the season for the quarterback.
Well, there's a lot to unfold in this drive for Shea Patterson. A lot of good. And this is what we talk about when we're saying that he is progressing nicely in replacing Trevor Harris as the starter in Saskatchewan. Now, Harris is close to returning, but Shea Patterson keeps getting better. He's bounced back from adversity. Before that drive started, you talked about the graphic, 13 first downs to 1 for the Edmonton Elks.
Critical drive for Patterson and his Riders, and they got it. Trailing now by just 5.
And Shea Patterson, to start this drive, remember, missed a throw. I mean, the first play of this drive, he had a JoJo down the sideline for a touchdown throw, and he missed him. So he flushed that, came back, got on the move and on the roll. Looked like he was going to run, and then threw it in there to a Joe for a first down. Kept the drive going. Real nice roll. And then in between the DBs and the linebackers, Bain puts it on the 1-yard line. He finishes it. So bouncing back from that adversity and that miss, that disappointing miss down the sideline, that's what you got to do. The next play that matters. That matters most, the next one.
9 plays, 93 yards in 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
Love you, Carter. Love you, buddy.
Talking to his new baby back at home.
It's a good drive. Timely.
Patterson is now 8 of 12 for 108. Author kicks it away. Gavin Cobb takes it cleanly. Cobb works his way out, gets popped just shy of the 35.
The Ultra Hole Challenge is back, featuring Wayne Gretzky and Michael Block. Choose your ball now at MichelobUltraHole.ca.
And Javon Leake down on the field. He wasn't even the one who returned the ball here. It was Cobb. We talked about how they'd been running Cobb and Mitchell out there a little bit, and we're mixing in Leake because he's involved in the running game. And now Javon Leake, one of the big offseason acquisitions, is down on the field.
He was in a collision here trying to get a lead block on with Kosianyeka. Took the worst of that hit.
He's up, running off. Keep tabs on that one. Trey Ford will get the ball here, 190 yards through the air, 10 of 13 and a touchdown. A couple of carries for 28 yards. As Leake catches breath.
That's what it was. He got the wind knocked out of him.
He's been good. He's got 43 yards on 6 carries with a touchdown. Edmonton starts this one on their own 35 with 1:45 to work. Rankin will take the handoff, pushing ahead, and he breaks a tackle. He's got a first down and much more. Carries it all the way out to the 53.
Well, we've touched on this already tonight, but this defense in Saskatchewan ranked #1 against the run. 48 yards a game. They were on pace for a record in that category. That was 50 yards ahead of Edmonton in stopping the run.
111 yards on the ground in the first half for the visitors. Ford, pressure this time, trying to get away. He will not. Riders defense gets there. Adam O'Clair able to track down the elusive Ford.
Another different idea for Corey Mace defensively is he's going to go with the delayed blitz. If Adam O'Clair is going to add in from the linebacking core, he's going to be off the line of scrimmage, not counted by the protection. You see Rankin with Javon Leake out. Rankin went away. He went to the strong side of the field to try to pick up the blitz. That left an open lane for O'Clair. He gets in there and drags down Trey Ford.
Did a good job hanging on to him. 2nd and 23. They'll run the draw to Rankin right up the middle. That's a good chunk of this back, still going. And he takes it all the way up, just shy of the Riders' 50. But it'll still be 3rd and a decent chunk.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Jarius Jackson is considering here. I mean, you're 3rd and 6.
A little bit of a delay there, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Like an automatic spot to kick it away with a lead late in the first half.
You got the lead on the road in hostile territory. Almost halftime. One gamble there, and then if you don't make it, you've given Saskatchewan, who just came off a touchdown drive, time to go in and put another one in before the half.
Well, depending on the field position that Mario Alford can give you, they still might have enough time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true with him back there. You never know.
Julian. Hangs it up there. Alford will wait. Takes it at the 3. Alford picks his way back up just short of the 15. Don't go anywhere at the half. Good discussion coming up on both sides of this football game so far. Special teams, offense, defense, they'll have it all for you at the half.
You've got the numbers too, but 10 of 13, 190 for Ford and a touchdown. Shea Patterson, nice drive there to answer and pull closer. 8 of 12, 108 yards. Thought he had a touchdown throw, but they put it on the 1-yard line and he went in with a touchdown run.
Edmonton averaging 24.9 points per game this season. They've hung 20 on the Riders here in the first half. Hickson, nice cut. Frankie Hickson. How's that for a solid push late in the half? Takes it all the way outside the 35 with 20 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, got a chance here to run at least 2, maybe 3 plays, and you could go quick out, get about 10-15, take one more, and then maybe a field goal.
Patterson from the pocket over the middle, caught and quickly down at the 40 with 13 seconds on the clock. That's Emelis heads up play. Save as much time as he can.
Well, now you run the go route, take a shot, maybe get a PI call or a catch, and then you kick a field goal if you have any time left.
A little bit of a breeze. Not much, though. Circling around a little bit. Father watches on as that clock ticks down to 0. So here we go. 2nd and 5. Patterson just hands it off. And that'll do it as Hickson picks up a first down late. Well, Trey Ford has Edmonton on top, 20-15, 10 of 13, like we mentioned, 190 yards and a touchdown. What'd you think of his first half, Susan?
I thought it was excellent. I thought it was what we expected to see from Trey Ford. The magic athletically. He made some plays from the pocket. I know there's a lot of fans in Edmonton going, why did it take so long? I get it. And with his performance and that big deep ball over 90 yards there to Tevin Jones, that one came from the pocket. So standing first half for Trey Ford.
They have the lead. They'll have to hang on. Trey Ford's with Brickdorf.
Trey, well, this game didn't really start in your favor, but you went out there and took that momentum back. Tell us how you were able to make so many key plays in these first 2 quarters.
Yeah, I mean, the O-line did a phenomenal job blocking, and we ran the ball really well, which makes my job a lot easier. So kudos to those guys for doing what they do. And yeah, so it wasn't me who flipped the momentum. It was our offensive line, everybody else on the team. So.
Well, you know what this Riders defense can do, but you're walking all over them. Knowing they're going to make some big adjustments probably at the half, what do you have to do in the final 2 quarters?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have to also make adjustments. If you look at our last 2 drives, they weren't as productive as the earlier ones. So, we got to go in there and make some adjustments, which we're going to come out and do, and hopefully we can score another, what is it, 20 points.
Well, we look forward and we hope for that. Thanks for this one, Trey.
Thank you.
Per game all season. Jameer Thurman, one of the leaders on that defense, is with Brickdorf.
Jameer, you've seen what Trey Ford can do out there. How do you contain him here in the second half?
I think the main thing for us is to stop the run and stop missing tackles. If we take care of that, it'll be a different ball game the rest of this half.
Well, you guys had the momentum to start the game, so what was the biggest message to get this momentum back?
Main thing, like I said, we got to stop the run, and we got to stop missing tackles, and it'll be a different ball game.
All right, well, we look forward to seeing what you can do in the second half.
Well, he sums it up nicely.
Yeah, all business. He gave up over 100 yards rushing, and, Ford's play, or just being back there, was a factor in that run game for Edmonton. So
remember we were here for the Toronto game, and he said this is going to come down to turnovers?
And then caused one.
Caused a turnover?
Yeah, the big one.
Take Jameer Thurman's words when he says it.
So run defense is their priority, and that's what they talked about at halftime.
Dylan Mitchell, Gavin Cobb go back to return this kick. If it gets taken back, somebody's going to win $1 million. Mario Alford already has one in the books. Lothar will get us started in 2015 as we begin quarter number 3. Dylan Mitchell Mitchell picks his way through, and he'll be taken down right around that Edmonton 40.
Trey Ford also had the big one in the first half to Tevin Jones, and this was the 4th longest play in CFL history by a Canadian quarterback.
Well thrown ball too, wasn't it? Dropped it right in there.
Very well thrown ball. Russ Jackson, number 1 on that list, and also number 3. And Nathan Rourke. Good luck with Nathan down in Atlanta. Just signed there.
Good performance by Trey Ford to go a long way, but this Edmonton team needs wins. They need wins. They need them right now. They lead 20-15. This season, when Edmonton leads at the half, they're 0-2. So they've had a couple of halftime leads, but have not been able to hang on.
Basically all one-possession losses. I mean, walk-off field goals, things like that. They've been right in there till the final 3 minutes of games.
Well, can this offense pick up where it left off in the first half?
Timeout, Edmonton.
Jarius Jackson didn't have a full complement on the field. And who's coming out? That's a really lonely run. And it might not have even been his fault.
Timer, please reset the clock to 14:34. 14:34.
I think there was Tanner Green that came out late.
Well, now Tevin Jones is coming off.
Dylan Mitchell's upset.
Or Umayala's going to come on. This is the beginning of the third quarter. I don't know how you wouldn't have these ducks in a row to start the second half.
And have to burn a timeout.
Sloppy. Nobody looks like they know what's going on out there offensively right now. And now they're going to take a time count violation.
Edmonton, number 2.
What a disaster.
Penalty. It'll remain first down.
To start this half for Edmonton's offense. You take a timeout, then you still can't get the ball snapped in time.
You can read lips. Jarius Jackson is yelling 5R, 5R, meaning a 5 receiver pack. Saw Tanner Green out there in that last formation, so.
And they get it away this time. 1st and 15. Ford dumps it off. Mayala near side, upended heavily. Roland Milligan making an impact.
Well, you look at his stat line, and it's pretty impressive. Leads his team in interceptions. 9 knockdowns, which is on pace for a CFL record. And if you're going to get, as Jameer Thurman told us coming out at half, you make some tackles, don't miss tackles, stop the run, stop these little short plays, extended run, just to dump it like that. Get Roland Milligan to get things started for you.
2nd and 9. From their own 42. Ford out of the pocket, gets it away. That's complete. But not enough forward progress for the first down as he goes to his running back, Javon Leake.
Just the way that first drive started for the Elks, maybe a punt is a good thing. Just
kick it away,
get your defense out there, go over on the sideline, get to the bench, get the offense together, and get lined up, get it figured out.
Mass confusion to start their offensive lead for Edmonton. Now they'll kick it away. Mario Alford waits. Julian, towering kick. Alford takes it at the 1. Mario Alford takes it back far sideline, just past the 15.
Think about giving up a single there, but Shea Patterson's first half, tough until he got to the deep in that first half with a 91-yard drive, but before that had just one first down. This is the big drive that ended in the touchdown, and it was an important one, a timely one. Get this to a one-possession game and give Saskatchewan a little bit of momentum at halftime.
Yeah, prior to that drive, after the Alford return to open the game, they really couldn't get anything going offensively. Settled in, finished with that touchdown, and now they're back at it again. Hickson, he's had a couple of those runs in this game, hasn't he?
So Jameer Thurman told us defensively the Riders were going to concentrate on stopping the run, especially on first down. Clearly, Coach Mueller has done the same thing. Let's start the second half, get the run game going, and that means Frankie Hickson.
Hickson, small sample, but averaging 7.2 yards per carry coming into this game, and he's got 56 on just 6 carries in the game. Back to him again here. Ran into some traffic, but still a pretty good pickup on first down. That initial burst from Hickson's impressive.
Ryan Sevier was the traffic. His own guy that was pulling around to the hole, trying to get to the second level and into the linebacking core, and Frankie Hickson ran right into the back of him.
Second and manageable for sure for Patterson. In the pocket, now down the field, up for grabs, far side, incomplete. Cordell Jackson had a crack at it as he defended against the Joe.
You know, Cordell Jackson had the help of his sideline. This play is going to go right along the sideline for Edmonton here. And as he picks him up, he gets the ball call and is able to flip his eyes and his hips to turn inside the way he did like that. He got the ball call. I could hear it from up here, from his sideline, saying the ball's in the air, ball, ball, ball. And he turned around and was able to play that.
Korshak. Gavin Cobb. Spins. And wrapped up there by Herdman Reed. Cordell Jackson has one interception on the season. Almost found another one there.
It hurts me, man. That hurts me.
I'll be back with you next Sunday in Edmonton. Should be a fun week of hockey, though. Looking forward to that. Trey Ford starts his drive handing it off. Lee trying to turn it back inside that defense, and he's gang tackled by the Riders just beyond the line of scrimmage.
Jameer Thurman's message received.
No more missing tackles.
No more missing tackles. And one way you can avoid missing tackles is gang tackle. More than one guy. That time it was 3 or 4.
Second and 9 for Ford in this offense. 3 options to his left. That's where he looks first. That's where he throws near side. Drops it in there nicely. Well thrown ball into the waiting arms of Tevin Jones for an Edmonton first down.
Riders are going to go with this delayed blitz. Remember when they got Adam O'Clair in there with the sack early? They tried it again, this time with Jameer Thurman playing off the ball, about 3 or 4 steps back. But Trey Ford's answer to it is to throw the timing route, the intermediate timing route. He knows if the linebackers are going to come from depth, he's got that extra split second or two to let Tevin Jones get to his out route.
Ford now over 200 yards on the game. Tevin Jones at 104 on 2 catches. Ford on the run this time, right up the middle. Slides and avoids any serious damage with Thurman and Malik Carney right there. Got to know when to pick your spots, don't you?
No, I think that's wise for every quarterback in the league.
Yeah, no matter who you are.
It doesn't matter who you are, whether you're a runner or not. You got those big boys tracking you down in the open field. Get down.
Got 3 yards on the mini scramble. Got to have 7 more. Riders will just bring 4. Ford gets it away. Mayala with the catch. Right at that first down marker. He thinks he has it.
It's an example of Trey Ford from the pocket. He's going to take the snap here. Go ahead and run it. Stop. See, looking over here to read number 1. Doesn't like it. Flips the eyes around. Back in the pockets. Got a nice solid pocket in the throwing lane. Goes back to the backside curl to Mayala. Pocket presence from Trey Ford.
Creeping up towards midfield. Ford, a ton of time. Way down the field, looking for Gino Lewis. Intercepted. Roland Milligan, who else? His 5th of the season. An absolute ball hawk. Ford looking for Lewis. Heavily covered. And Milligan is there to take it away for the Riders.
Interesting route combination here. That's Curly Gittins Jr. That's Gino Lewis. And if it's an all-go, then they've got to spread out. If they get too close, they're going to draw defenders to this throw. I think the ball was intended. If there's an all-go, then it's got to be like this to create space so you do get a one-on-one matchup. You see Gino Lewis gets right in there close to Curly Gittins, and that draws coverage right to him, including Lacombo and Roland Milligan, who came up with it.
13th interception of the year for the Riders defense. That's tops in the league. Patterson on the run. Asks for Keyshawn Johnson to come back to him. He does, and the Riders have a first down.
Yeah, he's waving him in, isn't he? He's saying scramble rule. I'm outside the play now. I'm outside the play, and Patterson's going to watch him wave him in. Keyshawn, come on. Come back to me. Come back to me. Oh, right there.
Patterson's comfortable when he's out on the run like that.
Oh, yeah.
He? Yeah. Up to the Rider 28. Back on the ground for Hickson. Has some blocking, but it just didn't open anything up. As a tackle made there by Noah Taylor.
Just really strung that one out. Didn't give any run lanes there to Frankie Hickson. Put Shea Patterson in 2nd and long.
Patterson 10 of 15 so far in this game. As his Riders in a good battle here, trailing by 5 at home. Patterson eyes down the field. Now he's got some pressure in his face, trying to escape. Block opens things up, and now Patterson's got some room on the far side. He's forced out of bounds and will not have enough to pick up the first down.
Trevor Reed is going to take 2 out on this scramble. Coach Shivers he thinks there might have been a penalty here, but watch how this unfolds when Shea Patterson escapes the opposite way. He's going to blind turn out of there, right there, and watch this block. A push on the side that takes 2 out from Trevor Reed. No penalty flag there. It looked like he got his head in the front side of Elliott Brown. Taking down a couple of pins, big pins.
Big boys. Korshak with Leak waiting. Leak will take it at the 25. And spins his way safely to that far sideline. Geez, no thanks. Roland Milligan taking one away from Trey Ford. Welcome to the club, Trey. Milligan's been taking him away from everybody. What a season that guy's having. 1st and 10 for the Elks. Burst right up the middle. Leak might have a first down for Edmonton.
Nice patience. Real nice patience for Javon Leak. Starting tailback tonight. No Kevin Brown if you're just joining us. He's not dressed. Justin Rankin has got a few reps, but
just that one little hesitation hop, eh? And then, oh, there's a hole. Boom. See you later. Leak has a touchdown in the game. If you are just joining us, back in the first half, all the points in this game coming in the first 2 quarters. Nothing yet here. 1st and 10 for Ford. Back to Leak again. This time he's wrapped up by Revis, spun around and taken down.
Haven't seen any missed tackles since Jameer Thurman declared there wouldn't be. Saw Javon Leak on a good 10-yard run on that last play, but it wasn't because of missed tackles.
Just a couple on the ground there for Leak. And now a 2nd and 8.
This is as loud as I've heard the stadium this year, I think.
Oh, for sure. 3-man pressure. Ford still feels it. Got it away to Gino Lewis, trying to spin ahead. Great tackling there. He stopped at the 52-yard shy of an Edmonton first down.
At the 50-yard line by C.J. Avery. Short of the first. It's going to be 3rd.
Great tackling. You know, it wasn't just what Jameer Thurman said to Brett at halftime. It was how he said it.
The way he said it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like business-like as he could be. Just straight frown. We've got to tackle better. And they have done exactly that so far this 3rd quarter.
Julian skies one in. Alford takes it cleanly just inside the 10, and he's got a little bit of speed on the far side of the field. Super Mario hopping his way up to the 50 and eventually forced out of bounds at midfield. Took back a kick return earlier. Thought he might do it with the punt right there as well. Instant field position for Super Mario. How about this guy in Regina today with the mini donuts? A little story on Mr. Chestnut when we return. He's a champion. Out Joey Chestnut. I don't like your odds. Let's find out what he's doing in town. Send it down to Britt Dorn.
Well, Joey Chestnut doesn't miss a chance at coming to the local fair here in Regina. He's been coming for the last few years to show off his talents in his sport. Last year, 304 mini donuts in 8 minutes he ate. This year, he topped it. He went over to 343, setting a new record. And he went against some of the guys in the green and white. Don't worry, not the guys who are playing today. They did get, I think, 98 between the group of them. So they did do pretty well. I asked Marcus Hardrick about it. He told me one word: embarrassing.
7 minutes, brother!
So impressive, but so disgusting.
So all of the riders that did it on the injured list got to 98.
Joey Chestnut, 343.
Oh, man. Like,
how many of those mini donuts do you think you could eat in 8 minutes?
3? How about you?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. We were talking about this before the game. I'm thinking, like, hey, take down 6, 7 a minute, 8 minutes. Like, I don't. But if the 3 players only did 98, maybe like 20. I don't know. Maybe only 20.
Well,
I could do 30.
We're coming up on a quarter break.
I could do 30.
We got 3 minutes to the end of the quarter. Let me load up a plate for you. See what you can pull off. See what you can do.
Here's Patterson down the field. Keyshawn Johnson's got it. Well thrown ball from Patterson too. Found Johnson in a hole in that defense.
Yeah, he had to thread the needle to get it there. Real nice route here from Keyshawn Johnson, and he's got coverage. But Patterson puts it right where he has to. And I like that Johnson here doesn't show his hands. He doesn't show his cards until the ball's about to arrive. So he keeps his hands down and keeps running. And then as the ball's arriving, that's when he flashes his hands up and pulls it down. Doesn't give the DB a hint that the ball's on its way.
26 yards to Johnson. And the Riders are in business here from the Edmonton 29. Back to Hickson. Hickson spins ahead, but wrapped up and taken down by Romeo McKnight.
So Mario Alford has contributed with 7 points off the opening kickoff, one of the fastest in Rider history. And he also is contributing 2 points in this drive. Depending on what happens in this play, could be another 7 or at least 3. Unless the Elks have a turnover in mind.
Well, Patterson looked after the ball relatively well. 3 options to his right. That's where he's going to throw. He's looking to the end zone. Joe goes up and he's got it. Unreal stuff from Joe. And the Riders go on top. Touchdown, Saskatchewan.
Assist to Mario Alford to give Shea Patterson great field position, and he throws the fade throw, knowing that Joe has the great athletic ability to go up, climb the ladder, and rip it down, and he does just that.
Right over top of Bynum. Second touchdown of the year for the 22-year-old. Riders will go for 2 to make it a 3-point lead. Hickson stands in to the left of Patterson. Now he'll flare out to the left. Patterson looks that way. It's not there. And he throws an interception in the end zone. There's a flag on the play, though. Sean Bain saying you took me down and opened it up.
And Derek Moncrief dropped back into coverage
Pass
there.
interference, Edmonton, number 29. Foul is in goal. Ball will be placed at the 1-yard line. We'll retry the convert.
Bain is the target. And pushed to the flat from Hickson. Bain's on a short corner. Well, you can see that Derek Moncrief just runs through Bain to get to the ball.
Coming in over top. Patterson lines up in the shotgun, turns, takes the handoff, dumps it over the top. Broken up. Bynum working against Emelis. And the Edmonton Elks cornerback wins that one.
It was Bynum that was covering Joe on the touchdown. Joe wins that battle. But on the 2-point convert, Bynum bounced back. Again, we've seen a bunch of players tonight flush the bad play, get back and get ready for the next play. This was the touchdown to Joe. It's Bynum that he beats, going up over the top in the contested catch, comes down with it for the major. And then you got to flush that one as a DB. Don't let it go. Get on to the next play. Even though you're in good position, receiver makes an outstanding catch. So get to the 2-point convert and make it happen, because it was a slant route. And Bynum bounces back from that touchdown.
Sweet moves from Joe.
Here's the 2-point convert. Got to let it go, keep working, and he gets his right hand in there and rips it out on Emelis.
Well, after the beauty return from Super Mario, 4 plays, 55 yards, 141 for Patterson in the offense.
Oh yeah, full-time helper to Alfred.
We got a 1-point game. Javon Leak cuts it upfield, and Javon Leak takes it outside the 40. Decent field position and a bounce back spot here for Trey Ford and the Elks, who've been shut out in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, they have. But remember the first drive and the first drive, they had the formation issue, took a delay of game. They had to back up. They were 1st and 15. That just looked unorganized. And then the next play with the interception to Roland Milligan, had 2 receivers right in the same area. So again, that's not normal. You want to spread out the field, use all 65 yards wide long, or yards wide, I should say.
Start on their own 43. On the ground to get this drive started with Rankin.
I asked Trey about the game plan and how different it was compared to when McLeod Bethel-Thompson was the starter. And he says basically it's a similar game plan, but it's pared down a little bit. Pared down to the group of plays that I like, that, you know, suit my skill set better, but also, you know, just trying to keep it simple. Sure, they clean things up on the sideline after that start to this quarter.
2nd and 5 as time ticks down, and quarter number 3. Back out into the flat to the running back. Rankin trying to turn it up the field. They'll look to push them ahead, but they'll be stopped short. And it'll be 3rd down and a couple of yards still. We've seen Jarius Jackson contemplate this a few times.
He wants to. You can tell he wants to. It's where the marker is now. It's 2 yards.
Oh, they are going to kick it away.
Well, I think you have to.
Yeah, you have to.
I mean, you're in a 1-point game on the road.
Yeah.
Play field position, and
that's 3 straight. 2 yards. Yeah, he's been thinking about in pretty obvious kicking situations. So wants to kind of go for it, but not here.
What does number 2 have in store?
Anything is possible with Alford. Lots of great returners around the Canadian Football League. Julian. Clean punt from his 41. And that's going to bounce. And out of bounds.
The corner?
At the 1. They're going to have a discussion now. Looked like he caught the corner there, didn't it?
Well, Edmonton would much rather have that go out at the 1.
We've got a 1-point game locked and loaded for you as we head into the 4th quarter on a Saturday at Mosaic. Shea Patterson, Trey Ford battling for a victory here in Regina. Over Edmonton, 41 points on the board here. The big number in town today, though, that 343 from Joey Chestnut. 343 mini donuts in 8 minutes. All right, it's kind of impressive, isn't it?
That's very impressive. I don't know how he does that, but I've got it's on. It's on, okay? Here's what we're going to do. We're going head-to-head. I don't like my chances, but we're going head-to-head.
All right, count me in.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
You mark. It's set. Go. Oh, no, that's as fast as you can go? Come on, man.
1.
Do you have a knife and fork? You have a knife and fork?
They are good. They are good.
You got 2? I got a half of 1.
I don't think I could do 341 in 8 minutes. This drive starts on the 1. Patterson got to get out of there. And he throws it incomplete as he is hit.
Just finishing my half a donut. I don't know how he does that, but yeah, you're down inside your own end zone. You don't want to give up the safety, give the ball back and 2 points.
Well, big time field position game here now.
Absolutely.
In the 4th quarter.
It's a big play for Shea Patterson, try to get some breathing room.
1-point game. Thank you very much for joining us on a Saturday. Patterson gets this one away. There's a flag, multiple flags, as he throws it over the middle, looking for Stearns. First time today we've mentioned his name. Now, what is this flag?
Offside, Saskatchewan, number 19. We will repeat 2nd down at the 1-yard line.
That's Emelis. He was in there beside Stearns right here. Number 2 receiver trips to the field, 3 receivers to the field. You can see he's about 3 yards across the line of scrimmage.
So we'll do it again from the Rider 1. Patterson gets it away down the field looking for Bain. Missed him though, and it falls incomplete out of bounds.
I had a shot there.
Patterson saying he was hit in the head. trying to make a case, and now the officials are going to have a conversation. No flag was thrown, though.
Well, let's take another look.
117, row 30, seat 1. Stay in your seat and we'll continue.
A little bit of a window in between Kai Gray there and Darius Bratt.
After review by the command center, we have roughing the passer, Edmonton, number 42. 15-yard penalty, first down.
All right, so the command center stepped in and said it is a roughing the passer.
They can with player safety and rushing the passer, yes. And right hand to the head. Nolan Taylor and
well, he knew it right away. You see his hands. He was like,
Patterson went right to the officials to get their attention.
So now, instead of having to kick it away, they got some breathing room here as they'll be working from their own 16.
Well, it takes the safety opportunity off the board basically for the Elks.
Hickson up the middle. Will he emerge from that pile? No. But a nice push ahead, actually, on first down. Second and manageable here for the Riders.
And most teams offensively will split the field into 3 zones. There's your own zone, and you're trying to those key plays. You'll have certain plays for when you're backed up in your own end, like Patterson is now. The middle of the field where you can run your entire offense, and then the red zone. So Mark Mueller now calling his own zone plays.
Need 5 more yards to keep this drive moving. Patterson backpedaling, a little bit of pressure. Now he's going to escape out to his right. Fires one over there. And Bynum steps in. A Joe watching on. Is that going to be a taunting flag?
It might be, yeah. It looked like it is.
2 completely unnecessary penalties here by Edmonton.
Well, this is a team struggling for their first win of the season. And how many different ways?
A 10-yard misconduct foul against Edmonton, number 16. First down, Saskatchewan.
How many different ways have they found to lose games down the stretch? 2 penalties gets the Riders off of the 1-yard line, their own 1-yard line.
Well, in what would have been punting situations, too. It's not like it was first down. It was you're about to get off the field.
Both times. First one, you know, not intentional clearly from Noah Taylor, but that last one totally avoidable.
Riders penalty aided all the way up to their own 32. High snap. Patterson grabs it, tucks it into the belly of Hickson. And he stopped after about a pickup of just a single yard on that first down carry. His 11th of the game.
When you're thinking about those, Saskatchewan's drive here is already a success.
Flip the field.
Yeah, you've already got a chance. If you don't get this second down conversion, you can kick it. Field position is back and safe again. I mean, they were staring a 2-point safety and losing the football, possession of the football, right in the face.
This time they face a 2nd and 9. Elks will send 4. Patterson stays in the pocket. Now he's in trouble and he's taken down. Elliott Brown, Romeo McKnight, both getting there.
It's really easy after the fact, but if Patterson saw his check down in Frankie Hickson, boy, he might have had a play. He might have had a first down here, but he's checking out the wide side of the field. He wanted something there. Saw that crossing route, that got picked up, and then the pocket collapsed on him. But he had Frankie Hickson with some space if he gave it to him early.
3rd and 17. Korshak. This one hangs up there. Cobb's going to take it at the 50. Midfield, and the Rider 50 is where he steps out of bounds. So still decent field position for Edmonton. Tag team effort from Romeo McKnight and Elliott Brown. As Patterson goes down.
Well, Save on Foods is helping people spend on food, giving away away $100,000 in gift cards for the 3rd straight season here in Western CFL markets. Each time they do this, 10,000 gift cards are handed out to everyone. And guys, it's been a great night for grocery goers because we know how this game started. Somebody won free groceries for a year.
Yeah, no big deal. I like to consider myself Save On Foods alumnus. Spent more time working at Save On than I did in any post-secondary institute, so I want to get one of those hoodies. Dustin Nielsen, Save On Foods. Here's Javon Leak. Look at this. Wide open down to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, Edmonton. Javon Leak's got his 2nd of the game. This one a big one. And the Elks go back on top with 11 minutes to play.
Martez Ivey is going to get the down block that makes the difference at the line of scrimmage. He's over here at tackle, and watch him get the down block. He gets the down block on Malik Carney, drives him down into the middle of the formation, and away goes Javon Leak to the cone.
Javon Leak, heavier role in the run game with Kevin Brown out. 10 carries, 107 yards, 2 touchdowns. That one for 51.
That wasn't a missed tackle. That was just well blocked at the point of attack. And you kick out the contain and you drive the contain man down, you got a chance for a big play.
Now Edmonton will go for 2 to make it a 7-point game. Ford wide open back of the end zone. They got it. Curly Giddens. And the lead is 28-21. Oh, we got a good 4th quarter shaping up here at Mosaic.
Let's go back to that touchdown and the great blocking up front by the O-line for Edmonton. Get good field position with a nice return, and then the down block. Roland Milliken got high to make sure he contained Trey Ford, and that opened up the huge lane. Take you to the 2-point convert. Make it a 7-point game here. Safety Bola Combo jumped a quick out by Tevin Jones, but he may have been a man stepping up to play man on that. Like the Riders were anticipating a run play on that 2-point convert.
Riders defense, 48 yards per game on the ground this season. The Elks have ran for 200. Just 31 of those from Trey Ford. It's been Rankin and Leak who've done the damage. Stearns on the return. And now Shea Patterson takes the lead, trailing by 7, or takes the field, trailing by 7.
Yeah, late in the first half, he had to put together a drive and did for over 90 yards to grab some momentum back after an Edmonton pretty dominant first half, but it was good blocking up front by the big boys. Get Javon Leak outside.
Couple of injured Elks on the field being looked at. Tanner Green, one of them. Jacob Hermit, you know what he is? He's a fan of great football. And that's what we've got so far here tonight. Still 10 minutes to play, too. Patterson, wide open. Keyshawn Johnson turns it up the field. Niles Morgan with the tackle, and then a 2nd and inches situation here.
Yeah, so important that first drive, or first play of the drive, that you really need. Riders really need one here. Catch.
Johnson's team leading 5th catch of the ball game. Got 60 yards, also leads the Riders in that category. 2nd and 1. Patterson takes it on the far side, and look at him go. Shea Patterson to the 50, all the way up to midfield, staying out of the grasp of Niles Morgan.
Kind of loaded up the right side of that formation with a Joe and Keyshawn Johnson. And when he got up to the line of scrimmage, it looked like he saw, you know what, I think we got him outnumbered on the edge there, so I'm going to just take it over there and see if I can outrun the pursuit. Get rid of his towel out of the way.
Smack dab from midfield. Hickson busting through up the middle. First down and more. Frankie Hickson continues to have himself a day. Well over 80 yards on the ground.
Peter Godberg gets a great block up front. He's the center, and then it's a seal block here. 2 blocks right from guard and center. Ryan Sevier and Godberg, they get that job done at the line of scrimmage, and Hickson does the rest.
Anderson there to finish him off at the end of the drive. It's an injured Elk right on the Mosaic Stadium logo. And now they'll help him up. It was Oakman. One less thing for Godber to worry about.
It's tough to play that center spot. You've got to make all the calls up front. Make sure the quarterback gets the ball cleanly. You see, he's always communicating with the rest of his O-line. And then he's got to remember which is his guy to block as well at the end of all of that. Leadership up front from Peter Godber, one of the best in the business up there.
Back-to-back 17-yard runs for the Riders. Has them down inside the Edmonton 40. They'll hand it off again, this time to Bain. And Morgan is there to make sure no damage is done.
Purefoy makes the play. Morgan makes the tackle. Purefoy got up and just used his instincts there, and he got up and forced a delay in that play, so the timing was off.
Former member of the Riders coaching staff there. Shivers on the sideline, calling the defensive shots with Edmonton. 2nd and 10 for Patterson. 4-man rush. Patterson down the field, over the middle, wide open. Just inside the 20, the catch is made. Stearns was there for him. First of the game's a big one for 83.
We'll just follow Stearns here. Run down and run this dig. Just nice little spot. You see inside the linebacker. Nice depth to just get about 3 or 4 yards behind him. That was Niles Morgan that was dropping back underneath that, or at least trying to, and Bratton over the top. And Stearns found that soft spot. And Noah Taylor just found out that now that the training staff went to get him, even though he's okay and recovered, he has to sit out 3 plays.
Just the 2nd trip to the red zone today for the Riders, working from the Edmonton 15. 3 options out to the left for Patterson. Edmonton's going to bring the house. Patterson in trouble on the run and taken down. Purefoy, and the blitz pays off. First sack of the season for Purefoy comes at a big time.
Yeah, usually down here in this red zone, you're going to get full pressure, and it's going to be here. And then this is Purefoy, the 3rd arrow. He comes from distance. He comes from off the line of scrimmage. He's going to loop around and go right down Main Street. Patterson sees him right in the line of vision immediately, but can't escape. That's a DB. That's a free safety getting after him.
Well, Patterson can move, too. But Purefoy came in clean. Got him. 2nd and 24 now. Patterson, a little bit more time here. He's going to look for an end zone shot. Lays it up there. Ajo. No. Out of bounds is what they'll say. That close is his response.
But he is a threat. I mean, this kid is a player. I didn't think I was well covered, and he found a way to still bring it in. He's out of bounds. landed on the white stripe, but Joe is a player now. He just does. It's like he's a rookie who just doesn't know any better. He's out there just playing, having fun. And
Corey Mace is challenging.
He may have thought that he had the ball before. Let's take another look at it.
Saskatchewan is challenging the previous ruling of incomplete pass. The play will be reviewed.
Was his left foot down when the ball
hit the hands? Yeah.
Before it bounced back up. This would be a close look.
I thought he had to elevate a little bit, and then that first foot down was on the white stripe. That looked fairly obvious, but in order to challenge this, you'd have to see something completely different. That right foot, was it down? I think both feet were in the air.
All right, here we go.
Well, he's saying that first foot, that right foot was on the ground when it hit his hands. Ball touches there.
Oh, boy.
Ooh, that's a lot closer than I thought it was.
That is just an unreal job by Joe to even make this close.
Well, it almost like he drags his toe. Ball hits his hands, and just hold on for that shot. Is that foot on the ground?
It's darn close. Tough to get much of a better look at it than that one.
Well, you know, the pebbles, the rubber pebbles, it's hard to tell. Now, we're talking about the ball touching his hands.
When do they count secured possession of the ball?
But it's got to be a continuation. Now it's secured, and now he's out. I'm not sure.
It's a great catch, even if it doesn't count.
Well, either way, yeah. But
let's get the call.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Saskatchewan will be charged a timeout.
You know, when we showed you 3 or 4 copies of it, you saw what Coach Mace saw. You saw that the toe dragged when the ball touched his hands, but you have to grab possession of the ball.
I do think it was worth another look.
Yep,
if you're Corey Mace there, right?
For a touchdown, and if you don't get it, you kick the field goal. But on a scoring play, always a good idea to challenge if you think you got a chance. Yeah.
37-yard attempt is knocked through, and we've got a 4-point game with 6:36 on the clock. Patterson laid it out there. Joe went to get it, and he almost did. So now in as interim head coach, MBT now the backup. They've lost 7 in a row, but there's been some close ones in their suits.
Yeah, Jarius Jackson, of course, only the head coach for 2 of them, was the OC before that with Chris Jones. But yeah, you see the average margin of defeat is 1 possession. And there's been, what was it, 3 in a row walk-off field goal losses.
Yeah. 11 in a row they've dropped going back to last year. Trey Ford trying to change that. That's not going to help. Nowhere to go on that carry for Rankin. Malik Carney fired up. It's a loss of 1.
Real interested to see what Coach Mace does defensively here with his group on a 2nd and long. Do they go with pressure? Do they go with 3-man and see if they can make Trey Ford be patient?
They've got 3 on the line. Thurman looked like he was going to come. Now he backs off. Ford trying to escape right up the middle. Trey Ford lunging ahead. He's got a first down. Found a small space between 3 Riders defenders and jump through it.
There's your answer, a little combination of both. They take Carney and they back him off the line of scrimmage there to your right, and then he does go on pressure, so it's four-man pressure, but because of that stunt, where Micah Johnson's going one way and Carney the other, it opens up the middle.
That's just the 4th carry of the game for Ford. He's not been running around like crazy, but he came through there. Now they'll give it to Leak. Leak to the line of scrimmage. And no further. C.J. Avery wraps him up.
Yeah, Avery had to fight through a block, too. This is a big play by Avery to create another 2nd and long. He's going to scrape here to the plate because Javon Leak, pre-snap, knows he wants to bounce outside here. And he's got a down block from Mayala, but you see how Avery beats that block from Mayala and gets up and makes the tackle.
Second and 9 for Ford. 4 options, wide side right. Looks over the middle. Turns. And now he's in trouble. Trying to stay alive. And they eventually track him down from behind after he picks up a few positive yards. Cox was there to grab him. And that'll bring up 3rd down.
Didn't get the 2-and-out, but the Rider defense does get the stop. Now the strategy for Jake Julian here is to try and coffin corner this again.
Dropped one out at the 1.
Doesn't need a single point here. Doesn't want a single point.
Take the field position with 3:40 remaining. Julian, big leg, averaging 53.4 yards per punt coming into this one. That is away. It is up. And
Won't be quite as good as the 1-yard line, but that's inside the 10 is excellent.
Real nice. Mark him out at the 6.
Another big kick because you want to kick it away from Mario Alford. First of all, on that punt, there's a lot of different reasons for the strategy, but this is the main one. Try not to get number 2. This is the first play of the game. That's the opening kickoff.
He was due. Super Mario. Look at Janarian Grant, Mario Alford.
Yeah.
2 of the best to ever do it. We have a chance to witness them every week in the Canadian Football League. What a treat. Patterson now with a 6-2 start, hanging in the balance. Gets this ball in his own 6 with just over 3 to play. Started through a heavy blow there.
Really
Oakman came over and lowered a boom on Sean Bain.
Oakman put all 290 pounds into this. Yikes.
Inside 3 minutes at Mosaic. Great finish coming up. Don't go anywhere. Teams been back on week 1, and the Riders, guess what? They came back in that football game, outscoring Edmonton 21-3 in the 4th quarter to start the season with a come-from-behind victory. Trevor Harris in that game. Shea Patterson in this one. 2nd and 6. Patterson gets it away. Wide open. Far side. Keyshawn Johnson for a Riders first down.
I think that was tipped at the line.
Like was that Oakman?
Looked like it got tipped here off the edge. It was Bratton, the DB, coming up. Got his hands on it, but it still got there. Here comes 24. Ooh. See how it changed? This concentration by Johnson.
Fresh set of downs after that Johnson catch. Riders from their own 19. Down 4. Laid out near side. Bain, looked like he might have had a play on it as he worked his way around Bynum, but couldn't haul it in.
Oh, he played it so well. Sean Bain, watch him on this ISO here. He's going to hesitate like it's not coming. Plays over. No, it is not. He did that on purpose. He slowed down on Bynum to make it look like he wasn't the target, and then took that jump step to get to it, and then just didn't finish it.
Had both his hands on it, too. Second and still 10. Patterson. Keyshawn Johnson. Ball pops out. Hopped on. Keyshawn Johnson hit by Bynum. And he's feeling that one. Big time.
Been a very physical game from the very beginning of it. Both players solid, and I think Bynum's a little shorter than Keyshawn Johnson, so his shoulder pad caught him right in the neck area. Again, not intentional. It's just Bynum's trying to step up and put a hit on, and he got him right in the midsection, up into the chin. With the Keyshawn Johnson's making his way off.
Johnson has walked off. Korshak stands on his own 5, about to kick this away with 2:38 remaining. Mitchell and Cobb back to return for Edmonton. Cobb takes it at the 42, secures that ball and returns it for about 5 or 6 yards. And now an opportunity to seal this thing away if you're Trey Ford.
Yeah, and you know, the run game has been working fairly well, although the Riders defensively cleaned up some sloppy tackling in the second half and have been better. See if Jarius Jackson tries to get Trey Ford out on the edge here.
They work from the 49. They'll hand it off. Leak, oh, look at this. He's done it again. Down to the 30, to the 20. Are you kidding me? Javon Leak with a house call to possibly seal it away. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the football game. Wow. 61 yards for Leak.
Untouched. Untouched through the line of scrimmage. Linebacking core. Wow.
What a night for Javon Leak.
Let's go. What I tell you, bro?
The defense that up until tonight had shut down the run all season long.
Time count violation, Edmonton, number 9. 5-yard penalty. It remains a convert.
So the Riders coming into this game, I believe, had given up somewhere around 335 yards rushing on the season.
Yeah, for 7 games.
277 tonight.
Well,
that's remarkable.
And, you know, we heard Jameer Thurman talk about it after the first half, but there is a Trey Ford element to that and the reason for that.
Beatty for an 11-point lead, and he sneaks that one in, and Edmonton is up 35-24. If you have Javon Leak in fantasy this week, you're going to be laughing your way to a victory.
We saw what he did on the special teams in Toronto, and then the Elks pick him up, and with Kevin Brown over the lineup, he's the feature back tonight, and boy, did he take advantage of all the opportunities and touches tonight.
12 carries for Leak.
2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6.
Or 1 win if they hang on. It's 2:20 left. But Leak's got 169 yards on 12 attempts. It's not like he's carried the ball 25 times in this football game.
Well, that's what he gives you, though. I mean, that breakaway speed, that's what I mean when you think back about him as a returner. But, you know, he's got a chance that if he finds a seam, there's his 3 touchdowns tonight, 1 down in the goal line. That was an offside that led to that one for the Riders. And then this one where he bounces outside. Again, this is the speed. That's the breakaway return speed we saw. And then this one. And it just looked like assignment issues with the C-gap wide open. And some patience from Leak in the line of scrimmage. He had to bounce to get to that gap.
Beatty lets it fly. Smartly kicking it away from Mario Alford. Stearns on the return here. Special teams tackle made by Nick Anderson. 2:16. Edmonton's up by 11. Well, we've seen strange things happen with the Elks this season. So Shea Patterson moved this ball quickly and see if he can get some points on the board.
You know he'll have some room underneath. The Elks defensive backfield is going to back off a little bit. That doesn't change the front 7. They're still going to get after Shea Patterson, but the back end will, I'm sure, give the Rider receiving core a little bit more room.
Got to move quick here. Patterson.
Number 3.
Down the field, over the middle, intercepted. Cordell Jackson takes it away for Edmonton. And now he's going to return it back inside. The 35 has his helmet yanked off at the end of the play. That draws a flag. But the Elks defense likely just sealed this one away.
Face mask, Saskatchewan, number 81. 15-yard penalty, first down Edmonton.
Straight cover 3, and I think Shea Patterson saw the middle third defender who was Purefoy on that last play. He saw him move to Patterson's right, and when he did that, he tried to go to the backside but didn't get enough on it.
Second interception of the season for Cordell Jackson, along with 5 knockdowns as well. A couple of brave souls in Pill country there. Jackson was an absolute interception machine in the indoor league. Bringing that presence now to the big field here in the Canadian Football League. Rankin wrapped up immediately. That'll go for a 2-yard loss.
Well, listen, the last time the Elks won a game was right here in Mosaic Stadium. That was the starting quarterback in Edmonton, Trey Ford. You know, and he had a big first half, I thought. Big 90-plus yard throw for a touchdown to Tevin Jones in that first half. Saskatchewan's defense made some adjustments, played a lot better against him in the second. Just a couple of plays here and there, but he has made the difference.
Ford over the middle to Tevin Jones, and Jones is going to walk it in. That's his second touchdown of the game against his former club. And the Boo Birds are out at Mosaic.
Well, this is, again, you know, it's a all-around team effort for Edmonton. They've got some plays in the return game to give them some field position. They got some plays from their defense, certainly. But this has been a different team with number 2 at the helm.
Well, last time they won here, Kevin Brown had 174 rushing yards. They're going to win here tonight. Javon Leaks got 169 rushing yards. Like, their running backs have just been sort of freed up with the threat of Trey Ford at quarterback.
Exactly. When he threatens the edges.
And he didn't do it much tonight. He only ran the ball 4 or 5 times.
No, you don't have to actually do it. It just takes the attention of the D-line. It'll take their eyes for that split second. And when he does that, he opens up run lanes for his tailback. So, you know, I think it's a factor. And, you know, many people have said, and I've been one of them, that McLeod Bethel-Thompson wasn't the reason they were 0-7. McLeod Bethel-Thompson was playing pretty good football until last week. Last week was his worst game of the season, but he was playing pretty good up until then. But clearly they needed one more little push, one more spark, and that spark has come from Trey Ford, and Trey Ford now has got them believing, and all three phases are playing at a different level. You know, you're not giving it all to him. It's a team effort.
Yeah, I mean, Javon Leake was incredible.
Javon Leake unreal tonight. The run game unreal tonight. But it just changes the approach. It changes how you defend them.
Ford also about 82% of his passes completed tonight. 18 of 22 for 252. 2 touchdowns and that interception on that deep shot down the field to Geno Lewis.
And the big one from the pocket, the 90-plus yarder to Tevin Jones. That was from the pocket.
Yeah, laid it out there nicely for him. Stepped up in the pocket and let her go.
Yeah, I mean, if he can continue to grow and improve that part of his game, he's going to be a superstar quarterback in the league.
Edmonton's hung 515 yards on the Riders' defense. Riders at 309 of their own. Sask was allowing about 345-ish coming into the game. 1:26 left, trailing 42-24. And that one incomplete. Bain with Purifoy closing in on him quickly.
Jarius Jackson as a head coach will get his first win.
The offense with the worst rushing attack in the league so far this season. Hangs almost 300 yards on the Riders on the ground.
And this wasn't on Shea Patterson. I think back to it, it was a one-possession game, and Patterson had that play on the sideline to Sean Bain when he dropped that one. That was, you know, that could have been a difference maker at that moment, but the word is that Trevor Harris is getting closer and closer. He's maybe a week, maybe 2 from returning. But I really think Shea Patterson has developed and improved a little bit in every game, even the losses.
Taking some important reps for sure. Patterson here on 3rd down, over the middle, and he finds Jarrett Stearns, tackled by Purifoy. Stearns, quiet tonight, just a couple of catches for 40 yards. Emlis had 3 catches, Bain 4 catches. Trevor Harris watching on. The Riders now will go to 2-3 since Trevor was injured, but remain in a tie for first in the West with the BC Lions, who have injury problems of their own.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is much more precarious now than it was last week even. How quickly things can change. And the good news is that Vernon Adams Jr. in BC looks like he's going to be kind of a week-to-week situation with some kind of a bone bruise.
Damn.
The Elks get their first win. I'll tell you what, exercising some demons for them. I mean, just mentally for Edmonton to get a win under their belt, to be able to go to practice the next day and say, okay, we didn't find a way to lose it finally, but it tightens things up. And Calgary plays tomorrow night, so against Toronto.
If Calgary can win that game, and they're 3-0 at home, they look better at home than they do on the road. If they can win that game, and then the Bombers rolling in off that shutout that they had on Thursday.
What a dominant game that was.
That was like very impressive.
What was it for BC? Did they have 2 or 3 first downs in that game?
They had 2 first downs going in to the 4th quarter.
And then 4 total, I think, on the night. But just to hold a team to 4 first downs, like dominant defensive effort by the Bombers.
Patterson to his right, cross. And Emilus is there, wrapped up immediately by Niles Morgan. So your Edmonton on the other side of this, 0-7, going to 1-7. It's still 1-7.
Yeah,
but something to build on, right?
Yeah, it's a way to start building, and you know I'm going to go out on a limb and say that there'll be a few more fans buy some tickets for their next home game next weekend, just to go out and see number 2 and see if he can continue to grow, continue to make these plays down the field, continue to get fans up out of their seats, because that's what Trey Ford does.
At home versus BC on Sunday. We'll be there for that one. The Riders turn it around for a Thursday game out in Ottawa. Patterson stays in the pocket, down the field, guns that one in there to a Joe. And Joe, if you're looking for bright spots tonight, that kid's one of them.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, Keon Schaefer-Baker, whenever he returns to the lineup, I think they got to try to find a way to keep both of them on the roster. I mean, I don't know how you take a Joe out of the lineup. I know he's a rookie in the pecking order and all that, but
he's a player. Patterson out to Hicks and got a hand on it.
Smart play there by, I believe it was Moncrief coming over. I mean, Hickson's doing some talking, but that's a former Rider that, you know, could have put the hit on Hickson and probably not drawn a penalty flag with it, but looked at the game situation. And the people around here know Derek Moncrief and know that he's a good human being.
Not going to try to blow you up in that spot. 2nd and 10 for Patterson as time ticks down. Spins away from some trouble. Moore coming, gets around that as well. On the run to his right, throws it down the field, batted away by Kai Gray with 6 seconds on the clock. Jarius Jackson, first win as the interim head coach. A little bit of a bath for him.
Well, a major win, because this goes back to last year. You know, the last time they won was August of last year, and that's a long time to go staring at the ceiling at night, trying to figure out how you're going to get back in the win column.
Patterson, end zone one last time, and that one's still laying there. Good luck making a call on this. Touchdown.
Call it a touchdown.
Touchdown late. That ball was bouncing all over as time expired. Joe's on top. There's another Rider underneath. Kai Gray is right there.
Simultaneous catch goes to the offense. So if they caught it together, that would be Bratton, Kai Gray, Picton's got it, Gray's got it. It never hit the ground. It was on his heel, and Picton reeled it in.
So Picton will hang on.
The previous play is being automatically reviewed by command center.
The end of the game automatic review. And I don't think that hit the ground at all. Interesting finish. It was definitely an interesting game for both of these clubs.
Well, I was going to say the points here may matter, but they don't, because they'll play one more time late in the season, these two teams. So
after review, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
Can you imagine if that would have tied the game? Like that type of play on a Hail Mary at the end of the game? That would have been one of the most ridiculous things we've ever seen.
Seen it before. Seen it before.
Lothar out to wrap this one up. And the Edmonton Elks finally have a victory on the road against a good Riders team. 42-31. Trey Ford gets the start and immediately delivers a victory for the Elks. He goes 18 of 22 for 252 yards and a couple of touchdown passes. And Javon Leak, absolute superstar tonight. 3 touchdowns on the ground, 169 yards. Javon Leak leading the way with Trey Ford. The Elks losers no more. 42-31, the final from Mosaic.